everybody, this is Tony.
And this is Paul. We're coming at you from the Friends for Life podcast, where we discuss the ongoing lives and issues of people with developmental disabilities to spark positive change in the field.
And we have a lot of fun doing it.
Hello, welcome to the Friends for Life podcast. Subscribe if you're new, and hit that like button. It really helps us, and it donates money because we need money because we're poor and sad.
You need to cut him off.
He's right.
That's better than money. That's better than my intro.
Hit the button.
We're poor. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Friends for Life podcast. Today we have some very special guests, Tanya and Caden. How are you both doing this wonderful afternoon?
Awful.
Yeah,
I'm
great.
kidding. I'm fine.
I'm doing good.
We, this is the first time we usually schedule earlier in the day because people are working. And then I was like, how's it too? And you're like, oh, he's still in school. And I was like, wow, I'm really stupid.
I thought he had a 9 to 5.
Yeah,
Come on, dude. But, we're actually excited to have it. And I just learned that you went to school with all of Tony's kids.
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
6.
Sixth. That's a good grade. I remember 6th grade.
Me too.
It's not fun.
That was the last fun grade.
Yeah.
I don't know.
5th was my last fun grade.
Well,
Because
Now
now,
you get to 7th.
now they're introducing
We
like
took it up
all
there.
different sorts of stuff.
yeah, it's harder. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
God forbid you got to study more, right?
You know, if you have to learn something.
Oh my goodness.
The older you get, the more responsibility you get. But
Yep.
Tanya, you are let me get this, co-lead coordinator of Conquering CHD Northwest Ohio.
Yes, I am.
You made me say it. So, before we talk about, all the cool stuff, everybody has obviously seen the news report by now, but how did you get involved with this?
Well, actually, when he was first born and first diagnosed, I looked for something like this, and there was nothing. And even I asked the hospitals, I asked his cardiologist, there was nothing available. Looked online. Well, fast forward a couple years, we moved back to Ohio, and I'm on Facebook and I see this, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I can get involved in this, and it's parents like me who really get it, know what it's like. And that's really how it started. It was just we went to an event. Mm-hmm. We just went to an event that they were holding and started to meet people and slowly get involved in it. And then within doing the toy drive, within doing the toy drive,
Guys, it's comedy up here.
If
you don't watch us on YouTube, this is your opportunity. You need to be watching us on YouTube.
He's like staring at the microphone.
Chat.
I made the mistake of telling him to say check 100 times before we started.
Oh gosh! Now he thinks it's a challenge. So no, now my focus is all off. So, but when we've within doing the toy drive, I've just met more people and gotten more involved. They did a fashion show a couple years ago during Heart Month in February, and that was probably my favorite event so far. I really want COVID to go away so we can do that again because it's kind of hard with a whole bunch of people with high risk, and one place is not. Enclosed place is not a good thing. But then the girl who had started this chapter, she decided she was going to step down. And actually, she became president, I should say, of Conquering CHD of Ohio. And her name is Lacey. And she decided she's going to step down. She kind of just, ready to not, she can't do president and coordinator at the same time.
Yeah.
And I said, hey, listen, I saw it on Facebook. They were looking for someone. I said, listen, I'll take it on because I don't want your work. I don't want to see this end. It just does so much good for the patients, the children, the parents, that I can't promise I could do as much. And she was like, well, what about if you had a co-coordinator? I was like, I'm in. Yeah, got it. So that's how it started. I'm a little nervous because I've never done anything like this at all before. So I'm really nervous to just kind of do it right, make sure I, put that energy into it that she did and keep it going and just be there.
Well, you definitely have the energy part. I mean, you have a lot more energy than me this late in the afternoon. I'm over here
Red Bull.
Yeah, there we go.
Red Bull.
I'm on cup number 45 of coffee. But Caden, dude, when you're in 6th grade, all I could think about was getting toys. So how did you make this decision to get this big toy fundraiser up for kids? I mean, that's a big thing to do, man, at a young age, because I don't think I could have done that.
I just did.
Look, boss, that's boss talk right there. I just did, man.
He's just sitting there like this, like, I just
Chilling.
did.
He just wants more water bottles. I offered him pop. He didn't want any.
Nope.
So I
Nope.
heard it makes you gassy.
That's what I told him.
So, what's some of your favorite stuff to do in school since we told you 6th grade's the last fun year? What's your favorite subject?
Math.
Math?
Yes.
Oh, I'm so bad at math.
I loved math up until like 3rd grade.
Yes.
And after that, they just started adding
When
too
they'd
much.
rapid fire ask you in class.
Yeah,
and
like,
you'd sit there
ugh.
and they'd projector and be like, what's this one? And I'm like, I don't know.
Give me a
like-
math problem right now.
82 multiplied by 27 plus 16 divided by 82 minus 16 plus 128.
8.
and a half.
Am I right? I told you I was super good at math. Didn't I? Right? So, we've had a rumor that was told to us that you enjoy part of our show. And what's that part of that show called?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Rapid fire.
Oh! Boy, do we have something coming for you. All right.
Take your mask off. He's hiding behind the mask like it's going to protect him from rapid fire.
Would you rather eat 100 pieces of pizza or drink a 24-pack of soda?
24 pack of soda.
Really?
I can drink about 10 bottles of water.
That's
I
not
have
soda.
counted.
I don't know.
That's not soda, though. Yeah.
But water.
Oh no, this is gonna be an extended
But it's
version.
carbon-
You're up next.
It's carbonated water.
We heard you like gross questions.
No.
Yeah, that's what we
No.
were told.
Oh, no.
By
I got
all
one.
of the children.
I got one right
God.
now.
Well, those are
Should we wait a
children.
second?
I mean, yes, I'm a child, but I'm more immature.
We'll see. Tony?
Well, here, I'll do mine.
Oh, great.
Would you rather sniff a fart through a balloon or have a balloon fight with balloons filled with urine?
Oh, God. That's a disgusting question. Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, St. Richard's.
That's it,
We love you.
exactly. Thank you, St. Richards. Good education.
The fart balloon, because it's not like a fart.
Disgusting.
Fart.
That's disgusting.
Well, it's not like a fart is gonna go on forever until the balloon is full.
Okay.
It's just gonna,
okay.
it's just gonna go
Good,
until it
true.
stops.
Okay.
The logic is good, actually.
It actually makes
you know
more
what?
sense.
I always tell myself I need to make these deeper.
You have a list, so go for it. I have to come up with them on the fly
Oh, well, here.
How do you do that? I couldn't do that.
because he does it.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I'm
okay.
crazy. It's like I sit here when I listen to people, and I just, since I am so weird, I think of weird things to
I mean,
ask.
I'm weird, but like I'm always afraid to like say the weird things that go through my head. And he knows them, but like some of the weird random things that go through my head because it's just I've grown up and people be like, "What's wrong with you?"
Well, while we're coming up with some more, Tanya, tell us,
Yes.
what is a day in the life of, I mean, even when Caden was first born, like how I mean, because what we're doing now, we're bringing parents and we want to discover a whole new way of life. In a sense, I guess,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
It really
because
is.
we are used to only our own lives. So, Caden, week 12 of birth, you know, what was it like?
Well, he had his first surgery at 4 weeks old. So,
Wow.
and actually, like for those first 4 weeks, I had to sleep in a recliner, sitting up holding him because if he couldn't lay flat. So I never used the bassinet, the like $350 Eddie Bauer bassinet I wanted. I never got to use it. I just still to this day am a little peeved about that, but.
Because that's the one that turns into a twin bed, I
Yes,
think, too.
it was, and I just,
Yep.
I was so mad, I just never really got to use it. So,
You can put them in it now.
well, he was just too big for it, and then I was over it. So, week 12 was kind of really the adjustment because that's about when I went back to work, and so I was very fortunate to have someone who had like a at-home daycare for him, and I knew he was getting treated well. I would pick him up. He'd smell like the dryer sheets or their fabric softener. I knew he was being held. I knew he was being taken care of. And it was a good friend of mine, and it was her best friends, like lifelong best friends that ran this daycare. So week 12 but it was more difficult because you never knew. Like I had already gone through this whole trauma of this, and it is traumatic of this 4 weeks before he could have the surgery, his first surgery. So, and it was just more of an adjustment. Like, I had to be on the lookout for all these extra things. Our lips blew. I was constantly pinching his fingers, like the fingertips, to see. I bought a Timex indigo watch so that you could go and like count the breaths in the dark. You know. A lot of adjustment. I didn't sleep very well. I will be very honest with that one. My sleep has just been gone at that point because it's just so much, and you don't know anything. You don't know who to turn to, like, and ask. And his doctor, I was very lucky. So the way he was diagnosed at birth. And some heart defects they're diagnosed before birth, some are after.
Yeah.
So you just, for him, he was diagnosed at birth. And it was, the way I found out, there was something wrong. We have to do these tests. And he brought him to me, and he was just screaming. And he had this, black tape on him. Little baby. I had just given birth. I was not in my right mind to have this happen. And you just kind of go with the flow. You are literally flying by the seat of your pants, but it's multiplied by 100. Yeah. You know, and so it's navigating everything. And I was very lucky because his cardiologist was Dr. Budo at Toledo. And I had to take him there before I could take him home. We still lived in Michigan at the time. And
go blue.
Yes, go blue. And I got in there, and I just remember, this is he had been in the hospital for a week at birth. I just remember everybody could tell I just gave birth. I had no makeup on. My hair is in a bun. That look of exhaustion, that exhausted mother look. And these people, there was one recliner there. They all there was people sitting and they let me sit down. And they knew I could tell I had been crying. I was so nervous. And his cardiologist, Dr. Bodo, he sketched the human heart and sketched for me where the issue was. And in researching and going online and learning about, he has bicuspid aortic stenosis. And by going online and looking to see, the sketch was identical to what, and then I know it sounds so silly. I still have that sketch.
Wow.
I have never gotten rid of that sketch, and to this day, that's what put me at peace. And made me say, okay, I can handle this, because 1 in 100 babies is born with a congenital heart defect. It's actually the #1 birth defect, and the mission of Conquering CHD is to advocate, bring knowledge not only for our the children but for the families. I shouldn't say children and patients because you grow up into an adult with it.
Yeah.
It's a lifelong thing. So for the patients and their families, and bring support.
Yeah. My cousin, he has a son, and he's going through this. His son is only 3 now, and Sammy, love you, kiddo.
Go Sammy.
Super Sammy is what they call him.
I love it.
And he's a fighter. He's waiting for a transplant now.
Yes.
It's at that stage, but the family is so strong, the communication, and even my wife and I, we reached out to you hey, how can this?
By the way, did they ever get their care kit?
I'm pretty sure they did.
I'm hoping they did, because that's a big part of what we do.
Right.
And
it's something that you don't really, again, we live in our own bubbles.
Yes.
And until it hits harder to home, you don't think about how tough these things are and how it can devastate a family.
Yes.
So with that being said, if I'm digging too deep, let me know. But,
I'm an open book. Yeah. I am totally an open, probably too open sometimes. Okay, probably too open book.
Did you have bickering moments with loved ones because they didn't really understand?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
It was hard.
You don't have to give names.
I can give you an example. I'm not going to give you names, but for example, I would get that, well, he looks fine. Okay, well, I get that, but he's not fine. You got to understand, it's a lifelong thing. This is things where, for example, I never even realized a kid can't ride roller coasters.
Ooh.
It never dawned on me. And I was going to take him to Cedar Point, and then COVID happened. And then his next checkup, the doctor comes in and goes, do you like to ride roller coasters? And he's like, he can't. And I'm like, oh.
Thank God.
So it's little things like that you just, so for your family, they're just, you don't think about. It's things that because your way of life, it's similar, but it's altered. And you have to constantly be on your toes, it feels like sometimes, to look out for those things.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I mean, now, and that's what we do, is we want to bring knowledge. We're here for support. If you look on the website, there are so many, there's like transition checklists, there's things to ask your doctor, for, checklists for what to ask the doctor, like when you first find out about the diagnosis, things to like how to research, support groups. We have not only support groups for children and adults, we also have bereavement. It's everything. So we're really there to support anyone with a congenital heart defect and their families, because it is lifelong. It's not just a lifelong journey for the patients; it is for the family as well.
Definitely.
And that's an important thing. And I hope Sammy is doing good.
He just got home for the holidays. It was a fight to get him there. I was blessed enough to go down to Dayton and spend time with my cousin. And it's just one of those things. I just wanted to be a moral support.
Yeah,
it's like
absolutely.
Because all of this is new to me, even though I'm in the healthcare field, it's still like I don't know everything.
Yes.
Even though I pretend like I do.
Hey, you asked me, I know it, but I'm gonna go Google it afterwards, make sure I said the right
That's
thing.
right.
But I'm sorry.
I was gonna say I got a question for Kate. I mean,
Go ahead.
you're the one that lives with this every day. What's some stuff that you like to do? What's fun for you? You're a kid. You probably don't like being on podcasts, but
Look at his face.
what's the stuff you like to do for fun, man? Because when I was a kid, all I did was want to play video games.
There you go.
We're very same then.
What video games?
Skylanders.
What
Wait.
is that?
You.
Explain.
I'm not a kid anymore.
Well, it's not like it's new.
But it's our past, like our
It
age
happened
group.
like 17 years ago.
No, it did not. Oh my goodness.
I was still old at 17
I know,
years
right?
ago.
I know. Gosh, thanks for making
is
us
it?
all feel old, Kaden.
What is it?
Pretty like that. That
Have you
does
heard
hit
of it,
deep.
Tony? Tony's the video game movie nerd.
Well, more movies and all my video games were like first person shooter and sports. Those were the only two.
You don't play any like what's the new stuff that all the cool kids are into? Minecraft.
Take that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minecraft. That's a big one.
Yeah, but it's not new.
Well, and neither is Skylanders, but
Neither
you're
me.
pulling that one out, so just
Yeah,
go with
but
it.
it's not like everyone plays Skylanders.
No,
What
they
is it?
don't.
What's the, how do
Yeah,
you,
how
what's it
that,
about?
what kind of
I know what it
characters on
is.
there?
There's
Life.
it's made by Toys for Life or Toys to Life
Okay.
and Unreal Engine. So basically the Toys to Life or Toys for Life, I'm not sure. You have figures and you just put it on a portal and it pops up on the screen.
Nice.
So
Okay.
it's not like you can.
Oh, that's almost like my guy in the back over there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I used to put that on.
it's like an amiibo,
yeah.
except it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, look. So I knew more than I thought.
He's like, I didn't know it. I do know what it is.
So, Kaden, since we're still going, I have more rapid fire questions.
Yeah.
I at least got one more.
I got one more too.
Oh.
Sweet.
I
All
got
right.
one for you.
Oh,
man. He's
Switch,
switching
turning
it
the
up.
tables.
Okay. Would you rather wear a mask made from cow guts or eat a cow's eyeball?
Oh
Oh
God.
God.
I just sucked in a cow's eyeball in high school. That's why it's like freaking me.
Isn't it gross? Like, I always,
Okay, is the cow eyeball cooked or raw?
you know what?
good question.
For safety, we will cook it.
That's a good question.
Is
I
there
actually brought one with me.
Is there? Let me see.
He's a hunter.
Oh my God.
I know. I didn't actually think you had one.
Is that even okay to hunt a cow?
I don't know.
What kind of-
I don't know. If it's illegal to tip them, I think it would be bad. I mean, we're in Ohio, let's face it.
Yeah, right. There's plenty of tipping going
Yeah.
on.
Is there any seasoning or sauce?
I mean, yeah, you can have some
There's a whole
salt and
box of
pepper.
hot
Sauce of
sauce
your
right
choice.
there.
Cow eye.
Cow eye it is.
Oh, all right.
Wait,
don't know,
wait.
though.
Actually, how long am I wearing the mask, and what days of the week do I have to wear the mask, and when am I wearing the mask? But I already asked that one.
Yeah, so we're gonna stick with the eyeball. I did not think that far through.
Would you rather have a face that is a butt for the rest of your life or someone else's big hairy armpit?
I'd rather have your face.
That's worse than both options,
my
dude.
God.
It's the beard, though. Isn't it cool? Like, if I could have a beard like
I could have
that,
a beard like that, yeah.
If you could, that's scary.
I choose
Nobody
the
would.
first one, actually.
well,
butt?
A butt? Then a hairy armpit? You can cover a hairy armpit up. Like, did you
if
not
your-
think that one
but
through?
if your face was a butt, you could use that butt to fill up the balloons that we were talking about earlier.
And I can see if
This is
anyone's
awful.
watching.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to hear your rapid fire question for Tony.
Yes, what do you have for
Not
me?
for Tony, it's for both of you.
Oh, okay. Let's do it.
Would you... Are you done?
You got to say rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
Like a bit like.
You say, you'd be like, rapid fire!
No.
Okay.
He's like, no, I'm not doing
All
that.
right. Fire away.
Would you rather be a deer that has an atomic bomb in them that can go off on any second and you don't know it? Or would you rather be a hunter that is clumsy? So, like, you have the chance of shooting yourself.
I already am a hunter that's clumsy, so I'm going to go with atomic deer.
I agree with the deer.
I agree with the deer, too.
It'd be more interesting that way.
Yeah.
So, but also, Caden, and I mean, this is going to be for you too as well, Tanya. But I want to hear from you. Did your mom like stop you from doing a lot of things when you were a kid?
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Does she still?
Yes.
What do I stop you from doing?
Drinking soda.
Like jumping
Yeah,
off of a roof? Like, I mean, like, literally, there's some crazy stuff this
Sounds like
kid
a good
wants to
mom.
do. Yeah, like, you know.
But on that aspect, Tanya, is there anything like he's asked for recently that you kind of like just because of the potential that you're like a little more nervous about? I mean, a lot along the lines of like the roller coaster scenario.
I was going to say roller coaster. What the? I can't look at you. I should just know this by now. He makes me laugh. No, you know what? He is asked to play, not recently, but before, like pre-COVID, he's asked to play certain sports he just can't play. Like, he wants to play football. You can play football, but you got to be the kicker. You can't be out there. He can't do anything with impact to his chest.
Gotcha.
Ever. And I mean, it's a shame because he'd be one heck of a hockey player. I tell you. It'd be great. But no, he just, there really isn't anything. He's really good. And this is very important, actually, for, maybe for you to pass on to, but it's very important for people to know that they have limitations. But the very important thing to me as a parent is to raise him like he doesn't. Like, raise him within his limits. Don't put limits on yourself. Know your limits. Know what your body's telling you.
Right.
But don't be afraid to try something just because you have this, Now that's, I will say, he's very fortunate on the spectrum of, of CHDs. There are several that they just don't have that luxury. And that is actually another very important thing that Conquering CHD has helped me with, because they have a section, like I would say department, I guess, so to speak, that does help with mental health awareness for as they age. I mean, a lot of times people don't think of that. They just don't think about this is not just about the body, but this is about their spirit, their emotional growth, their emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
And that's a huge part of it that I'm finding out now. So there's things that he asks for that it's like, that's actually more the aspect that we're in right now. Not so much of the physical things. He's kind of learned his physical limitations.
Gotcha.
Now that he's about 12, we're learning like the emotional and mental balance and growth with it.
Gotcha.
I'm sorry if I took that question like
No,
totally
no,
out.
please.
But to me, like right now, that's where I'm at it in this journey. And it is a journey. Like, that is so important for anyone who's facing this to know. This is a journey. It's a lifelong journey. But, I mean, I'm along for the ride. I'm there as the cheerleader, as the support, as the backup. I got your back, But, that is where I am at. And honestly, I wish I could tell you where it goes after.
Yeah.
But I just don't know, I mean, because everyone's different. So, but honestly, so it's more that stuff that he's kind of come to me with lately. So, not the, like, I tried to give him in baseball, but he broke his wrist taking out opponent in soccer, and baseball literally lasted for like 3 weeks. It was over after that. And I'm like, can you try it again since I spent so much money on all this equipment?
Got a lot of it
please?
here.
We'll see what happens in the spring. But so limitation-wise, there's really nothing he's asked for like lately. I'm sorry. I took that the wrong
No,
way.
no, that was awesome.
Yeah, that's what we want to know.
Okay.
It's funny that you. What do you guys say?
We like to think outside the box.
Yes, like Taco
fake.
Bell.
No.
Just like,
No,
he does not like Taco Bell, let me tell you.
it's gross, isn't it?
No, it's awesome.
I love Taco Bell.
I miss White Castle. That's what I'm.
Oh man.
I bought a box of Whitey's just because I really wanted White Castle.
Do you realize how weird that sounds? A box of Whitey.
But that's what you call it. It's called White Castle. Yeah, I mean, come on. Everybody knows
Yes.
Whitey's in college.
So how did you break your wrist? What happened?
I broke it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question, please. Did you were you fighting someone? What were you doing out there?
Yeah, my son, he broke, two of my oldest, broke ankle and wrist.
Lincoln and his
Yes.
You remember that?
Yes, I do. And I remember feeling really bad for you guys when that happened, going, oh, man. Tell him, how'd you break your wrist?
I fell on it.
But how did you fall on
Yeah, what
it?
were you doing?
Like this.
Oh, my God.
Were you playing a game? Were you just trying
Were
to...
you not listening to my mom?
We want a play-by-play. Did you do like a cool front flip, or did
No.
you just fall over awkwardly?
I fell
Listen.
awkwardly.
He
like this. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show
reenact
you.
it.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
show you.
I can
He's gonna
reenact it for
stand
you
up
because
and
I
broke
watched
again.
it.
Let me show you how
He
I broke
hip
my
checked.
wrist again.
He hip checked this kid.
Let's just hope it doesn't happen again.
It's bad, isn't it?
It was big. Well, what's worse is what came after. I didn't believe him. I texted his coach and I said, if it's not broken, tell him to get on the
Get me-
field.
And I did.
I did. I am so that parent. I was like, tell him to get on the field if it's not broken. And I am so, I'm ashamed, but I'm proud of that at the same time. Because that's not me. That's really not me. It's not me to run over across the field, but it's not me to be like, oh, let him sit on the sidelines with some ice. And I was kind of embarrassed by that text, but not really. That was one of my that's one of my more go for it moments. And so, needless to say, he got back out on the field, played the last 2 minutes of the game, and I didn't believe him because it wasn't swelling.
Mm-hmm.
There was no bruising. He's like, it's
fractured it.
He can move it.
Yeah.
It was a buckle fracture. So I come home from work the next day. He's like, Mom, I really can't move it. I was like, oh,
I couldn't.
okay.
I
know,
know,
like that.
Parent of the Year award.
Right here! Yes! That was totally how I felt.
Kaden, what is it that you're looking to be when you reach your adulthood? What do you want to do for a living?
Be an adult.
Just be an adult? What, just free of life, no work? If you had to make money, what would you do to make money?
Oh.
What do you want to be when you
Is
grow
this
up?
like a rapid fire question?
No.
Oh no, I got
different.
one right
Question.
after you
Except
ask
it's
this one. I got
different.
one for you.
It's like a rapid
What do
fire
you wanna be
question,
when you grow
except
up?
it's different. Instead of 2 options, it's a question, actually.
It's a-
I'm thinking deep into this.
You are a very intelligent guy.
I am.
I think a little bit too intelligent for me because I'm not
fair.
that. Look, I am only smart by default.
Exactly, right here.
Or are you not there yet? It's perfectly
he
understandable.
told me.
I
I
mean,
was
2 weeks
thinking
ago.
of becoming a nurse,
healthcare, I like it. I got a lot of nurse friends and
Like,
family and stuff.
but like a plain nurse, like a trauma nurse.
Oh, that's even better. Like you're trying to stay busy and see some wild stuff.
I like taking care of people.
Well, that's good. Well, so with that, here's the next rapid fire question.
Okay.
Let's go. All right. I like how I did that. That was fun.
He's still working on his
That was
technique.
good.
For
It was
rapid
Yeah.
a
fire.
good technique right there.
Would you rather not be able to speak or hear? Yeah. I know it's my mama pick.
I mean, if I wasn't able to
If you
speak
couldn't talk or if you couldn't hear.
here.
Hear?
Yeah, because I could just assume they're saying something bad, and I could
I love the logic.
I can just blame it on default.
Yeah,
You offended me by default.
Yeah.
Gosh.
You didn't even know.
that's the current standard. Good time. So, with the collecting of Christmas gifts and all this stuff you're doing.
Yeah.
How many How many kids does this impact usually? I mean, how many gifts are you giving out? And it's an awesome thing you're doing. It's like super exciting, especially you're like right up the road from us. So we're very excited to have local people doing this awesome stuff.
Thank you. So last year we collected, I don't have a total yet for this year because life's been crazy, but last year we collected over 2,000 toys. For three local children's hospitals, but we did Mott's because that's where he's a patient at. We did ProMedica because that's where he's been a patient at every single hospital that we donate to.
Okay.
So Mott's, Mercy, and ProMedica. So Russell J. E. Bide Children's Hospital.
Nice.
So.
And you said you're doing a little shopping after this? You've had some very crazy, very crazy circumstances with this year.
Yes. And you know what? We did this last year. We did a big, if you look at my Facebook page, my cover photo is the picture of him shopping. It is like one of my proudest mom moments. Not the proudest mom moments, but you got this kid so happy with a cheesy grin, 9 shopping carts full of stuff. Oh, that was fun to check out over at Ollie's, let me tell you. That was a trip. But it's just so much fun to be able to know. So what happens is the hospital set up like a shop for the parents who can't leave. So the parents don't have to leave. Yeah. And they can go shopping and Christmas shopping for their children.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yes. And then also what they do is when children are inpatient, there's a cart that comes by. And they are allowed to pick out whatever they want from this cart. And I mean, the price ranges on these items are very drastic. Drastic in my mind. Like they go, you have like those large Lego sets. I mean, all of us know how much those things are. Down to crayons and markers and books. They have a lot of things. So this year we're also donating to like the fidget, not fidget spinners, but like distraction toys. So it ranges anywhere from distraction toys for when kids are in the hospital in the Echo, and these toys get used all year round. Like what we donate and isn't like taken out for that Christmas thing, that little thing called Christmas.
Never heard of it. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I forgot the word. But no, so whatever isn't used for that, I mean, it's used throughout the year. The donations keep going. Last year we donated some little tykes, like the cars, to help, and that helps the children when they're there, like kind of rather than being in a wheelchair, they can ride in this little Tykes car down to their Echo,
That's sweet.
And so it's nice to be able to help them that way.
Yeah. And what do you think about all this, Caden? Now that you're over in the hot seat with Tony.
I know.
Your big bad hot seat over there.
It's like, now I'm hosting.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I won't lie, I wasn't really paying attention.
That's typical. If I was talking, he wasn't paying attention. Don't worry.
Tell me this: when you're out doing the shopping, are you like taking notes on what you want, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Do you get to try out any of the toys?
Nope.
Oh, they need to change that.
I know.
Hey, you need to make sure they work, right?
Right.
Like, what if it doesn't work? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I have to check to make sure it works.
Quality control manager.
Maybe I'll build the whole Lego set to make sure that all the pieces fit.
That's what I was thinking. You need to be good at Legos. That's a life skill.
Yes.
Oh gosh.
Legos and math, that's engineer status.
I know, right?
As soon as it's on TV, it's a real thing, and they have a Lego competition show.
Oh, I know. We've watched it. We've
it's
watched
awesome.
it. I love that show. I was like, he was like, we go on it. I'm like, what do you expect me to do?
Like I still need directions.
Yeah, I
not
gotta
make
look
things
at
all
this.
by
And
myself.
they're building like these castles and like these roadways and
moving mechanics
yeah.
with like.
And they're trying to destroy it. That was my favorite one when they tried to shake it and see how long it took to fall apart. I like
With the different levels.
Yeah.
One of them could explode. Like you could choose between making it explode or
No, you couldn't choose. Fate is in your hands.
Oh, geez.
You're right.
You just pick one.
You gotta pick.
And I'm not really someone who believes in fate. I believe in you choose your own direction.
My God.
Life.
That you know what? Right there, I think that's a good way to end it.
I've never even heard some adults that can't.
I know,
So before we wrap up, before all of our cameras explode, apparently we have this 2 days in a row. It's getting wild. But do you have any advice to maybe other kids or like stuff that you would say to like help them out that also have CHD? Maybe you could be like, hey, this makes my life better. Anything?
No.
No.
Not really.
Just choose your own fate.
Yeah.
Well,
you get
tell-
to choose your own direction in life.
You know what?
So make the best of the situation you have. So, like, think of the bright side, I guess. But if there is no bright side, then just sorry for you.
I couldn't have said it better myself, man.
I love it.
Hey, that's great advice.
It is great
It really
advice.
is great advice. I mean, we say that basically all the time.
I
on
know,
this show.
right?
So,
True.
and you know, before we go, where can people learn more about this that want to get involved or maybe
Yes.
want to help you with what you're doing, which is really important?
Absolutely. So we do have, and everything's social media nowadays. So we do have conqueringchd.org. You can find all the information about us on conqueringchd.org. And when you go on there, it'll show like different chapters. So for example, if you're in Ohio, you can find the Ohio chapter. Also, Facebook. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram, social media. We're constantly trying to post not only what we're doing, but resources. There are YouTube videos that actually you'll laugh. I was listening to one on the way over, trying to okay, I gotta remember this. I gotta remember that. But no, there's a whole thing called CHD Wise that the director, like the main person of Conquering CHD, I listen to those, I watch them just to try to kind of learn more about the organization. But conqueringchd.org is the best place to start.
All right, and I will put all those links down in the show notes and down below in the YouTube video, all that stuff, so people can find it. And
Thank you.
we really want to thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you for
I know
having
you're
us.
busy.
Yes.
You got to do all this Christmas shopping.
I gotta replace my drivers, replace everything.
Damn you, COVID.
I hate COVID. I am so over COVID right now. It is not even funny.
Yeah, I think we're all there. Yeah,
I know.
It's super
But
annoying.
you know what? I just hit my limit. Like I literally through this whole thing, I've been like, it's because what everybody is experiencing now with COVID has been my life for 11 years.
Yeah, that's true.
So
It's-
not being able to do things, being restricted by health, being overly cautious about germs. That's been my life.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a huge change for me. Having to stay home for days on end, I'm good.
Well, that's a good. I mean,
That's a very good.
that's a good
comparison.
point. That's people in the disabilities field as well. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
good eye opener for everyone in the
It
world. Like this
is.
is what a lot of people are dealing with
Thank
every single
you.
day. So
I had my mom where I was like, this is my life. Like, welcome to my world. Okay?
Yeah.
Welcome. Just don't get in my happy bubble. Like,
That's right. Stay away from my happy bubble. No popping my happy bubble.
Yes.